What would be your advice to America from the vantage point of what you've seen in Zimbabwe? Somebody who has had his land seized, somebody whose family, including yourself, been through physical torture, literally skull crushing torture, on the back of a slow, steady rise to power of a guy who really became a dictator, but who you trusted first in an era with prosperity and economic growth before he turned, against the backdrop of racial identity politics, where you, in this case, as a white person, were in a minority there, where most of your fellow citizens would have never seen you that way, but the person in power used it to exercise control over you. From that entire story, right, what would be your advice to the modern American of what we're to learn from that story and how we may use that to make our country better for knowing of it?
I forget who it was who said that the price of liberty is eternal vigilance. But I think that that is something very key, and it's very easy to kind of switch off and to say, well, this is all too toxic for me. This is all too difficult. This is something that I don't want to get involved with. But the price of liberty is eternal vigilance. And I think what you have got in America is that you've got a lot of people and a lot of institutions that are looking at your situation and saying, we need to be involved. We need to make sure that America is great again. Um, America has always been a great country from its very formation. And um, it's been through some bad patches, but it's come out on top. But it's in grave danger if it is not vigilant, if its people are not vigilant, if they forget God, they forget what righteousness is, they forget what justice is, they forget how important it is to uphold those things. America will not be great. So that vigilance, I believe, is absolutely key in your nation. And I think we, as Zimbabweans, were guilty of becoming complacent up to a point, in not being part of standing in the gap, of making sure that we stood up when things were wrong, in trying to bring reconciliation where things were toxic. Um, you know, we were guilty of not doing enough. But I think in America, you've got some great people. I think you're one of them. And I think that it will be great to see America come through this difficult time and come out the other side and lead the world forward once more.